Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Friends, it's Drew from Not Ideal Gaming. Welcome back to Returnal, which we normally do on Mondays, but we did it last Thursday, and we're doing it today. The reason why we're doing it today is I had plans yesterday, so I was unavailable to stream yesterday, but I'm streaming today, tomorrow, and Thursday. And what are we streaming tomorrow? We're starting God of War Ragnarok. And I'm so excited. But while this game, Returnal, may be very stressful for some, this is my chill stream. I use this as kind of just a hangout stream where people can come in, they can ask me kind of whatever. That's kind of how all my streams are. But especially with the Returnal stream, it's a never-ending mode. You might see in the description that I do mandatory gun pickups. And at the request of a viewer last time, I am going to do one run where I don't do mandatory gun pickups. Just to, because I don't think I've done that on stream. So I am very curious, like, how it's going to affect my score, things like that. But to get warmed up, we are going to do mandatory gun pickups. So for those who might not be aware, that means that I have to, if there is a gun that is not behind a locked chest, I have to pick it up. If there is a room that has more than one gun in it, let's say two chests next to each other, I always grab the left one first and the right one second. And other than that, it's just have fun. Which, let's be real, isn't that what all gaming is? I got my Taters Gonna Tate shirt on. Crushing it. But I'm ready to have some fun. I'm definitely ready to have some fun. I am already getting hit. I had a rather stressful day. I woke up kind of anxious for no reason. I had some really funky dreams last night. And that's why I've been looking forward. Got hair in my mouth. I've been looking forward to this stream all day. Because streaming is actually something that really de-stresses me. Pyroshell caster with secondary explosion and kill site. Yeah, we finished up Outer Wilds last week. And what an incredible game that has been. I've been working on... I always have a game that I play, like, while I'm waiting for my stream to start. And I've been doing some achievement hunting in the base game of Outer Wilds as kind of my, like, extra game. So I got a trophy right before I started. Give me that secondary explosion. Have we not had any other guns show up, like, in the level itself? Ooh, hey, buddy. Get secondary explosion. Man, there's some guns that if you miss that active reload, it really punishes you. Oh, you hit me at the last second. Gotta remember that I have my secondary fire, which I always seem to forget. Pop this shield. Oh, so funny. Ooh, Phylioid. Hello. Little bonus room. I will say, as excited as I've been to play Returnal, I might replace my Returnal streams. I have two options. So I'm either going to keep my Returnal streams on Mondays and add an extra day. So I would do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Or if there's a week where I can only do 3 days, I would just play God of War all 3 days. But I really like playing Returnal. And this is kind of like a category challenge run that I kind of created for myself that I just really love doing. So we'll see. Are you stuck inside the thing? I think you are. How many dudes are in this room? This is wild. Come on, buddy. Is that it? Yeah, finally. Oh, but there's... So I'm definitely open to suggestions, but I think what I'm going to do is I might, depending on what kind of week I'm looking at, I might just tag on an extra day. Because I thoroughly enjoy streaming, and if I don't have plans, you know, why not do something that I love and play? And that's another thing too, is I do want to play all of Ragnarok on stream. And I'm sure I'm just going to be loving the game so much that I'm not going to want to stop. So that's probably another reason why I'll like add on an extra day. But again, we shall see. Do some damage here, buddy. Ooh, hi. Ooh, hi. Ooh, hi. There's a gun. Burst fire. Burst fire sidearm. Does some pretty good damage here, too. I like it. I like it. But since I played Outer Wilds right before here, increased proficiency rate, 1 fewer kill for adrenaline levels, yeah. I'm gonna have the Outer Wilds music stuck in my head now. Which I do not hate one bit. Man, this thing fires slowly. Yeah, I need to get rid of you. There's another one. There we go. Let's get rid of Shieldy Boy here. Is there a warping dude? Is there really no, like, big bad enemy? Really? Very interesting. Oof. Big oof. Getting our proficiency. Oh, I missed the speed bonus. Crud. Halfway through, we're at 200,000. Fractal nail. Why not? Why not? We did learn from a viewer the other day. Is that Woundseeker? Sure is. Ooh, and I can afford both? Damage and Woundseekers? Nice. We learned that the malfunction does include permanent malfunctions. And the first time... Ooh, that's a good one. The first time I checked that, it must have been bugged because it was not working. Armor Piercing 2 and High Caliber 2 and Palpatine. Ooh. This one's going to be powerful. Gonna be powerful. Ooh, get wrecked. Get wrecked. Ooh, another gun though. It's another carbine. Pretty good carbine. You can stamp like that? I didn't even know they could do that. Interesting. Yeah, I never knew that they could just like straight up stamp on you like that. I swear, I learn something new every single time I play this game. One additional hit before, avoid being knocked down. We'll do the additional hit before losing adrenaline, because adrenaline can really... It can be pretty good. Really? My grenade just bounced. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen either. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Large Sylphium Vial or Shield Vial. Let's do the Large Sylphium Vial. For show. Because that'll be useful later. Hopefully later. We'll see. Where's this big boy? Ooh, hello. Not a bad room. Not a bad room. We are rocking and rolling through this first phase. Gotta get rid of our gun. It had critical hit and rising pitch and a lot of bonus damage. But we have the pylon driver with streamlined chamber and silphium extractor. I have 3 keys already? That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Get some more health. Bick. Max it out. Let's go. When we going home, big bro? Alright. Getting hit? No. Resonant shield. For sure. For sure, resonant shield. Let me back up so I'm not like at the top of the screen. Oh, this thing fires quick. I do see another gun. It looks like a spit maw. Ooh, a good spit maw. And another gun. And another gun. Oh, RIP multiplier. Sidearm. Which I'm getting rid of immediately. Charging shot. I don't really like charging shot anyway, so. Coil spine shredder. With Doombringer, though. Could be worse. And at least it's just the first boss, so. Hopefully it does some damage. My little squiggly parasite. Does this have 3 shots? Maybe I could not miss. This guy's gonna get... Oh man, that was so close. Give me my Doombringer back! Didn't even use my Doombringer. But since I have Fractal Nail and I'm getting this while in midair, that's not a bad one. Since I have Fractal Nail, I now have 10% more damage. Nailed it. 284 Obolites only, though. That's not great. Not great. Give me all that life, please. Oh, and Phantom Limb! No! I only need 16 more. Backbreaker. You don't have any in you, do you? Do you? Oh, that's such a whammy. That is such a whammy. Phantom Limb is my favorite. Hopefully we pick it up. We find some like malformed enemies or something. Or we just find some rooms that... Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Not bad. Not bad. I do need to remember that I have Doombringer as well. I need to remember that. Oh, hello. Give me all the resins. Another gun, thank you. Carbine, high caliber, hardened, and payload rounds. With Void Beam. The laser. Ooh. I haven't gotten an interference sphere yet. I'm just now realizing. Did I get hit twice in this room? Get out of town. Oh, man. What's my alt fire? Oh, it's the laser. Man, this weapon is shredding fools. I'm not seeing a... Dude, okay. That was weird. I'm not sure why that wasn't showing up on my minimap. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. And we can get more Sylphium vials. That's very interesting that I have so many Sylphium vials. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Use them, I guess. No! Ooh boy. Ooh boy. Use my tricky maneuverability here. I guess I had some shields. That's good. I'll take it. I'll take it. Ooh, that was actually kind of close. Rock Gland Lobber working on Caustic Rot 3, eh? That was close. Very, very close. I hope I didn't just box myself in. I'm standing right on it. Phantom Limb! It was not Phantom Limb. Hopefully I get it back at some point. Oh, it has a proximity mine. That's the face I make when I get proximity mine. Useless. Beyond useless. Is that a gun I see? Sure is. Pylon web. That's firing extremely quickly. Look at all those purple shots, holy moly! I love it when you can just wait on on the teleporter. This room is always tricky, and there's always a giant... Oh, and it's a malformed enemy. Oh, good. Was that it? That was all that was in this whole room? Oh. Whammy. Missed the speed bonus because I was messing around with the proficiency thing. I do like... I've been getting a lot of very rapid fire weapons. Phantom Lamb! I don't want any of these, like, getting hit once. I will take some damage. And what's this first one? Nothing. Another pylon driver. What do we got here? Thermogenic launcher with full auto 3 and replicating hits too? And working on thermite rockets and critical rockets? If this were the run where I got to choose my weapon, I would hold on to this forever. Look at that thing. Oh, yeah. I'm probably gonna have to get rid of it like right away. This is a, like, god roll on this weapon. Look, I mean, look at that thing. Sorry, interference sphere. Having the Sylphian vials is just too good. Oh, and it doesn't matter because we'll pop the we'll pop the shield and then pick the Sylphian vial back up. So I have 3 Sylphian vials. It's not bad. Not bad. Give me those replicating hits. All day with the replicating hits. Space Moose. Resin on the left and Calibur's on the right. There's a secret room. Alright, now, are you talking about the one where it has, resin enhancer? Are you talking about the one where it has the obolites, the resin and the caliber, or maybe I'm thinking of something else? And I don't know if you heard me say, but if I was doing the run, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one mandatory run, and then depending on how long this takes me, then do the one that you suggested where I don't change my, or where I get to like freely choose my weapon. If this were the run where I could freely choose my weapon, this would be the one that I would keep. This is one of my favorite weapons in the whole game. Ooh, I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Alas, burst fire. And there's a disgorger on top. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so that thermogenic launcher had full auto 3, replicating hits 2, critical rocket, and it was working on thermite rounds. So it was just like absolutely incredible weapon. I've gotten a lot of bonus rooms this run as well. I don't hate that. Get a resin here so I can get a resinous shield. And you can see I have a large Sylphian vial and 2 regular Sylphian vials. Come on now. Is that a third one? Wait a minute. Ooh, I thought that was gonna get more than just 2. Man, there are so many of those little dudes. And a gun that looks like a Dreadbound, yep. Hopefully it's a good Dreadbound. Alright, what do we got? Reduces repair efficiency. Suffer damage from long falls. Always take the long falls one. Ooh, this is working on expanding charge 3? It's only 3 shots though. Really like the 4th shard. Really like the 4th shard. Alas. Oh, this is the room you were talking about. So there's a secret room here? You'll have to tell me what the secret room is so I can get it for next time. I take it you have to get there from that first area though. Is it like up top? I wonder where wait. You need to jump on the room. Ah, that makes sense. Now, does it matter which one you jump on? Gotcha. It doesn't. I'll have to... Hopefully I remember to check that out next time. Wait, I have a carbine. And we have a kitty. Is that the Dreadbound I just got rid of? Yeah. I shouldn't have stopped. Working on Accelerated 3, though. Left or right, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'll have to remember that for next time. Hollow Seeker with Portal Turret. Working on Serrated Projectiles. Hollow Seeker is either good or bad. Free Disgorger, for sure. Now, the question is, can you not get the health after that, though? Because that's the question. Because when it comes to health or a Disgorger, I definitely would prefer health. Oh, little turret. Not doing bad amount of damage. You still can? Okay, good. Come on, little turret! You can do it! I have 3 shields on right now? Let's do this so we can reload. I'm almost up again on my grenade. This Hollow Seeker's doing okay damage. I wish it had serrated projectiles so I could do a little bit more, but... Ah, I missed it. Come on now. Ooh. I got hit sometime. When did I get hit? I don't remember getting hit. Where's my portal? There you are. I feel like I haven't seen this phase in a bit. Totally forgot about my grenade. Oops. Alright, and I still have a shield. I still have a resonant shield going on. Not bad. Not bad. Health is doing okay. Look at our damage. Yeah, after the phase 1 boss, Phantom Limb was in here, but I was 16 obolites short. It was brutal. Absolutely brutal. That reminds me, next safe room, I should check on my artifacts, because I might be starting to get kind of full. We'll see. We shall see. My score is not super great, but... Okay, let's check it out. Oh, it's the worst! Oh, and it's over here. Very cool. Very cool. Now, I don't want to miss this. There we go. Oh. Ooh. Scared me for a second. I don't want to suffer damage from a long fall. Good call, Spaceman. That's a good call. Free Disgorger. Oh, give me another resonant shield. Well, I have 7 Disgorgers. I don't usually start using them until Phase 4. But you never know. But because I have so many Sylphium Vials, I haven't wanted to use, or I haven't wanted to pick up any Interference Spheres, so that might get a little hairy. So many turrets. So many. Hey, buddy. Get owned after you scared the heck out of me. Holy moly. Yeah, I hit a stream PB last time on Thursday. It's like 13.8 million, something like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it when they group up like that. Wow. Go grab some of these obolites. Come on. Ooh, it's one of you. Let's go, little portal turret. Melt that dude. That was awesome. Yeah, I've gotten a ton of keys, so I've been able to get a lot of Disgorgers. I'm already at 8. Pretty good. Pretty good. Come on, headset, you can do it. You can do it. My headset was really good for a while, and it's been acting kind of funky lately. I'm at 42 proficiency. Phase 3 is usually when you max it out if you're grabbing all of them, so... Alrighty, and we're working on... We've had this weapon for a while, so we're getting... We're past 50% for... boy. This dang room. The burn seems to be immune to poison. Coil Spine Shredder, boo! Give me Phantom Limb! It's not Phantom Limb! It's not bad, but let's see where we're at here. Oh wow, I have plenty of space. Okay. Alright, well, only got hit once. I guess that's not bad. Considering that room has ended runs for me before. It does so... Those lasers do so much damage in later phases, though. Yeah, turn around, buddy. Enhanced calibrator. Yeah, I can hear that there's gonna be a big boy. So what are we working with? Oh, it's a robot dude. Eat my proximity mine, robot dude. It's like the only time I've effectively used a proximity mine. Oh, that's funny. Did proximity mine just work there? Man, I really hate it when malformed enemies counter on hit. He's spitting Disgorgers at me. Recharging overload. Damage from items or rush increase. That's so like It's so brutal how sometimes they'll... Like, I had to run... Where in Phase 2, I had to pick up, like, 4 parasites or something crazy. It was like... It's like every... Yeah! It was like every other room was a parasite. And I'm like, what is that? I wasn't getting any artifacts. I was getting all parasites. We'll do the damage augment, see if we have money enough for... We do not. Okay, that's fine. That was pretty good. I do enjoy thermite rockets. Ooh, Oscillator 3, Serrated 2, Splitstream 2, Phasing Rounds 2. Okay, not bad. Not bad. What do we got? What's my... Oh, it's vertical. Phasing rounds, I feel like I never use phasing rounds. Oh. I accidentally picked it up and... Yeah. Charging shot, get out of here! Whoa. This weapon stinks! Oh, this weapon stinks. Oh man, and I had to burn 2 of my Sylphium vials. I might have to burn this one. Oh, never mind. Okay, good. At least I got a shield and full health back, and it says Tracker Swarm, which is not bad, but man, I cannot wait to get rid of this weapon. I don't even know what the other perks are, but... I mean, it's not terrible, but... But it's not good. What do you got for me? Golden coil? I'll take it. Why not? Of course it's all turrets. That was pretty good. Oh, boo. Boo that. Boo to that. But I get a carbine with high caliber, so that's good. And Palpatine. Okay. Getting me up to double-digit disgorgers. That'll do. My score's not terrible. It's not necessarily good. Where are we going? Where are we going? And we got a couple more Sylphium vials. Okay. Man, they are really raining down some Sylphium vials on me this time. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, and I gotta get rid of this carbine already. Oh, I'm already maxed out. I forgot. Ooh. Ooh, that was close. Hollow Seeker, though. Hopefully a good one. I love when you can get Portal Beam and Portal Turret. Oh, that's the best. Another shield. Ooh, this looks a lot like the last one that I got. And I have currently 3 shields activated. Not bad. Not bad. Ooh, boy. I see you, Healy Tower. You're not getting away from me, buddy. Oh, I took one of my shields out. I feel like I get Oscillator a lot. Alt fire cooldown reduces repair efficiency. I have shield breaker, sweet. Nope. Yeah, it's gonna be no for me, dog. No thanks. Ooh, okay. Oh, and he's malformed! Just get rid of him. There we go. Ah! That could have been bad. Tell me you have phasing rounds. I knew it. I had a feeling. Man, I am doing a lot of stagger damage. There we go. Using it. Oh, did I pick it up? Oh, I did. I didn't know if I was full up on artifacts or not. There we go. Yeah. Just like automatic distortion. If you can get the melee on him, that does a ton of damage. It's just, you have to get real close and... oh, hey, buddy. Just saw my health there. Yeah, let's pop that one, too. Oscillator... am I missing a bunch of shots? What's going on? Is this guy just that beefy? That shield breaker, though. What up? I took a lot of damage in that room. Holy moly. And it's not even phase 4 yet. I mean, pretty much, since we're at the boss now, but... what do we got for the boss? Dreadbound with explosive shards and expanding shards and fourth shard and void beam. That's not bad. Working on damage steal too. Let's see if I can look at all my wriggly friends. Ooh, that is doing some damage. Let's go, Dreadbound. Look at that health melt. Not bad. He didn't even get to get rid of the statues. Look at that. There we go. Yeah, get rid of those statues. Can't believe he hit me there. Turn around, I want to see you. I can't believe how much damage this Dreadbound is doing. That was a silly hit. That was a sillier hit. Yeah, it doesn't even... my ult fire does not even do as much damage as my regular fire does. That is wild. One of the better Algos weapons I've had, actually. Reduce max integrity, boo! Aww. I wasn't even paying attention for hostile seal on attack. 567, that should be enough to buy something. Give me Phantom Limb. I'll take Phantom Limb over damage. And I think I can get... ooh, that's always a good one. But I mean, I gotta get protection, right? This one's always really good. Because if you can keep yourself up at 5, then your alt fire is in a good spot. Oh no! Suffer damage when picking up items! Ah! Alt fire cooldown increased, that's fine. Oh, and I forgot that I have the artifact that when I pick up parasites, I get integrity back. Get wrecked! Why did it look like I just got healed from that? Ooh, I do see another health. Oh, that's why, because it was a health that got shot out. Okay. Okay. There's my Phantom Limb. Oh, replicating hits too. Whammy. For a Coil Spine Shred. It was retarget too. Yes, give me the Phantom Limb. It's my favorite. Okay, so while we're here, we've got to be, yeah. So now we want to get rid of something, maybe. Melee, no. We have 2 melee ones. Recharging response, probably gonna get rid of that one. And we'll definitely get rid of this. Yeah, we'll get rid of this, and we'll get rid of recharging response too. If we find something fun. If we find something fun. Give me that retarget. Woo! What just happened there? Did Celine just trip? Whoa, the damage. I missed. There's still a little dude. Get out of here. Whew. That was a room. That was certainly a room. I probably should have used a Disgorger there, actually. Whoopsies. Yeah, give me that. How many people is that retargeting to? I feel like that took out like 4 dudes. I see another gun. That is wild. Finally a Coil Spine Shredder that doesn't stink. Oh, give me the portal beam. Get staggered. Oh, just missed him. Yeah, I need to not walk off the edge. I'm getting real close and personal with this dude. Nice. The portal mid-air kill. Ooh, I do have a key. Going up to 12 Disgorgers. I need to start using some of these Disgorgers here. This weapon is not bad. Which one are we going to here? At least we'll get some health. I did this room one time where I had a parasite that like greatly increased my dash cooldown and I almost missed one of those jumps. Scared the heck out of me. Ooh, working on Serrated 3. Really? We'll save popping it for now. Dreadbound with explosive shards 3 and expanding shards 2. Okay, vertical barrage again. Really? Do I say? Oh, I forgot there's this room. Okay, good. Yeah, we want that for sure. So let's do the malfunctions one. Because stagger power is a fantastic one to have. The unfed pod. The explosion of the exploding shards got him underneath me. Wow. Allows a key to be reused? Nope. I don't even have any keys. Well, I'm about to get one. Reduce melee damage. Yeah, I'm gonna get neither of those. Thank you. The extra stagger power is not worth it. Yo, I'm getting some really good dread bounds here. That's insanity. I got hit a couple of times, but also that reduced max integrity. Look at that! Everything is just... Oh, there's a gun right there! Okay, rapid fire. Oh, I missed with that, I think. I always enjoy a good rapid fire spit maul, though. Too many tentacles, I can't even see where you are! Okay, and that's the gun that I just gave up, so... Pretty good room. Pretty good room. Oh, and I gotta get rid of it. I love rapid fire spit maul. You anything good? Nope. Oh, you are, though. I want you more than get hit. For sure. Yeah, for sure. Blown night lights? Ugh. I don't know if there's anything that I want to get rid of more. That's another one. Ooh, this one's working on Acid Clouds 3, though. Rapid Spitter and Narrow Maw is such a good combo. Slug Shot and Explosive Spit. Oh, yeah. I'll have to remember to actually fire, but... It's only Slug Shot 1, but it's still Slug Shot. Gotta love the Slug Shot. I thought I saw another Healy Tower. I guess not. Ooh, and it's a... Oh, and there's two of them. Oh, and I'm gonna die. Get staggered, bro. That was certainly a room. I had to use my Sylphium, though. Which is a bummer, but... Probably could have used a Disgorger there, to be honest. But... Suffer damage when using keys. Each room greatly... Oh, man! %20 protection, though. I guess no more keys for me. Crud. That is a whammy and a half. Nope. Well, I see you, Pileoid. Get some health back. I don't hate that. For sure. Are you booby trapped? You are. Free obolites. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh yeah. Well, getting keys, once you have that parasite, getting keys is just bonus points at that point then. Look at all those obolites. Holy moly. Oh, I should have dashed into it. Should have dashed into it. Oh, I remembered that would do damage. And I have 12 Disgorgers right now, so it's not like I need Disgorgers. Oh, I just saw a gun. Oh, and you're malformed. Oh, and there's a flying guy too. Man. Go. Go, boy. It was I can't dash through purple lasers. They completely boxed me in. Man. It's not a bad first run. An hour in. Now, Space Moose, if you're still watching, should I do the non-mandatory one now? Or should I try to do another one, another mandatory, and then finish with a non-mandatory? I'm thinking the non-mandatory now. Throw it in the middle. We're gonna do a choose your own weapon run, like was originally intended. Oh, there was a health. Carbine with hard on. Ah, proximity mine. Crud. Pretty good carbine. Okay. Somebody run into my proximity mine. Excuse you. That guy just did not want to go down. Okay, this is going to be interesting. I haven't done a non-mandatory gun pickup run in a while, so this ought to be interesting. We'll see how it works out. Man, they are just lining up for me. Just lining up. Alright. Alright. Whoa. Whoa. Sorry, Obolites. Aquan Lommer. Give me another shield. Go. Hello? Tree guy in 3 hits. That is not bad. I do see another weapon here, though. Is that another rock landlubber? With the same stats? I'm gonna have to remind myself that I can keep the weapon, but also, like... Yeah. Large chamber, too? 3 shots? That'll do. I'm so glad that I did the mandatory gun pickups thing, too, for the Tower of Sisyphus, because, like, the Rockland Lobbers really, really helped me out. Oh, is it just the malformed enemy? Oh, it's Palpatine! There we go. Updated databank for the energy manipulator, really? I mean, okay. Get some damage going. At 8! Adrenaline enhancer, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. So, this is gonna be the first time in a while that I haven't... And we'll get practical now, we can afford it. Nope. Pylon driver. No, I think I'm gonna keep the Rockland Lobber. It's been so long since I've done a non-mandatory gun pickup, like, feels weird. And we'll see what happens with my score, because if I'm messing around with, oh, do I need to pick this gun up or whatever, then my multiplier could suffer, so... Oh, you went back down. Oh, and there was something over there! Ooh, more damage already. I'll take it. I'll take it. I missed. Ooh, okay. Get Palpatined! And I have a gun. Sidearm? No thanks. Sorry. I will keep my Rockland Lobber for now. Do not get stuck. I thought there was like something spitting red stuff at me. The little tracky boys. The little tracky boys. I have 2 shields right now. That's not bad. Hollow Seeker, Splitstream, Waves, and Shrapnel. Yeah, and Doombringer. Yeah, I'll take that. For show. So far, so good. In Phase 1. And if I have like a really cruddy run or something with this, then I'll go back to mandatory for a 3rd one. See how saucy I'm feeling. But hopefully this is a really good run. Alright, Golden Coil on the reactive stabilizers. Let's do Golden Coil. Get some extra damage. Gotta love that damage. That just took out pretty much everything on the screen. Pretty much everything. And more damage? Are you integrity? Yeah. Oh, and this is the second to last room before the boss, too. Wow, so that did take everything out. Took out the whole room before the bonus room. Not bad. And this isn't a bad weapon for the boss, I don't think. For a coil spine shredder? No, thanks. No, thanks. Let's get a third shield. Because why not? And then we'll Doombring to start this off. And it is just the first boss, so... It's fine. It's fine. Get owned. Halfway down already. Why are you on that side? Come back so I can hit you in your big bulbous eye. Yeah, he's done already. Get wrecked. Oblights disappear faster. Could be worse. Could always be worse. Such a long grapple. $373 on that burst. And like I said, I we'll see what happens with the score and my multiplier stuff. Phantom Limb already, let's go! Oh, it loves me a good early Phantom Limb. And I have Doombringer on this. This is a pretty good weapon to have right now. Unless I find something pretty stellar. We'll see what it does in terms of regular damage. The waves really is... that extra punch. What keeps knocking me... is Celine just tripping on stuff? Celine, you gotta get your stuff together, girl. Is that an interference sphere? Yeah. Yeah, if I can get my multiplier going, like, super early, that could be good. Another with Portal Beam 2 and Serrated Projectiles and Shield Breaker. That could be pretty good. Pylon Driver, no thanks. Silver Lattice, immune to slowdown. We'll do knockdown. I feel like I've been getting knocked over a lot. So let's avoid that from happening, please. This thing does some damage. This thing does some damage. Ooh, that Portal Beam, though. That Portal Beam. Pretty good. What? Why are you warping me? Right in front of enemies that are lounging at me. Lunging at me. Lounging at me. Give me my shield breaker back so I can wreck these fools. Oh wait, I didn't even look. Wait, is it like the same thing? No, I want the serrated projectiles. Is that what I... Yeah, I want the serrated projectiles. RIP multiplier! I'm so used to doing the mandatory command. Just so used to it. Alright, so here's a fourth Disgorger. The Dire Beam. A favorite in the Disgorger category. Grab all three of these. Oh man. Okay. So, tell you what I was thinking about is ever since James Gunn and that other guy were put in charge of the DCEU, I've gotten really excited for the DCEU stuff because Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad are both great. So I think James Gunn really has a sense for character-driven stories. And I'm so excited for that. Interference Sphere again. If you're watching this after the fact on YouTube or something, tell me what you think about James Gunn taking over for the DCEU. Are you excited? Are you not excited? Could you not care less? All opinions appreciated and valid, by the way. I certainly know how I feel about it, but I am interested how other people feel. Okay, not a bad room. Not a bad room. That portal beam is shredding. Shredding. Yeah, boy. Get all of my... Carbine... Lots of bonus damage, but I'm not going to take it because I want to keep my portal beam. I want to keep my portal beam. But I will take a shield. So, yeah, multiplyer's not bad, but I think the goal for this run is going to be like, let's get as far as we can. If we can get really far, then I'll enjoy that. Like, the multiplier might have to take the back seat sometime, even though that's like the whole point. But let's see how far we can get. Which means survival at all costs. So with that, I'm gonna try and get to at least phase 6. If we're doing survival at all costs. Let's see if we can get to phase 6. Get wrecked! I disagree with that hit. I disagree. I am at 28 proficiency, and I think the current weapon we have is only 17. Unfed pot, early. I don't know if I have any parasites on me right now, but... Recharging Overload is always good, and I can't afford the protection, so I'm gonna get Recharging Overload. Just be up on my Shield Breaker. Pyro Shell Caster, Secondary Auxiliary Seeking Flares, and Doombringer? Yeah. Dreadbound Explosive Shards 3, though. And Staggering? That's also very good. Look at the bonus damage for the Pyro Shell Caster, though. We're going to keep this. I'm working on Enlarged Chamber. Because Doombringer, too. Or Doombringer as well, I should say. And it fires pretty quick. Ooh, yeah, baby. That was the whole room? I could have just shot a Doombringer out and wrecked it. Okay. Get some more health. Pop another shield. Protection increased. I forgot I had that artifact. Hyleoid. Man, those Seeking Flares. Pretty good stuff. Get some more damage here. We're getting a lot of damage bonuses early. Like, we're 57 up on damage. Not bad. Not bad. Get wrecked. Oh, I see something over there. Oh, it's another calibrator. The calibrator. I just keep forgetting to use my Doombringer. We're rolling through these rooms, though. Rolling on through. Grab yet another shield. Let's wait, though. Ooh, that was close. Pretty close. Did I really just run into that thing? Okay, pop. This is why we wait to pop the shield. Now, sorry, Coil Spine Shredder, but now that I have the choice not to take you, although the retarget one that I had was really good. That was a really good one. Man, this thing is just doing a whole ton of damage. Look at that! The Seeking Flares are insane. Of course, they both have shields. Yeah, this weapon, and if I can get the Enlarged Chamber 3, I would have to keep it for a while to get the Enlarged Chamber 3, but... What we got? Upcoming malfunctions of harder to fix requirements. Triggers the malfunction on detach. Yeah, because this isn't permanent. Not permanent, so... And I'll get extra stagger power while I have it on, so... That'll do! Man, I'm only gonna have like 2 million after this phase, though. Well, like I said, we're not worried as much about score this time. We're just gonna try and get as far as we can. Shout out again to Space Moose for showing me about this Discorder. Of course, I dashed right through the portal thing. Classic Drew! Look at that gun just floating down slowly. The Spitmaw. Unless it's like an unbelievably good Spitmaw. Collect Obolites. Narrow Maw and Rabbit Spitter though? Pretty good. Narrow Maw and Rabbit Spitter's pretty good, but I don't think it's as good as what I have. And I still haven't shot my Doombringer. Still haven't used my Doombringer. Oh, and we're at the boss. Now, do you want to give me like an unbelievable gun? No, you don't. Wide Maw. I don't really like Wide Maw, to be honest. Especially not for the boss. Hostiles explode on death. That's actually not even a bad... Do I have Fractal Nail? I do. No wonder my damage is so good. Look at that damage. First phase down. Never had a chance, and my Doombringer's almost back. Like, look at that. Just get melted. Yeah, you can see why I wanted to keep this weapon. Oh, GG. GG, Algos. Hostiles heal on attack. Okay. Oh, I have exactly 500 obelisks. So that means I can get a protection if it's there, which it should be. But we'll see if there's anything else I want. Blown nightlight. I could get the blown nightlight and the resident enhancer, or the protection. I'm gonna get the protection. Gotta get the protection. I know. Ooh, an extermination sphere? I think the only parasite we got, though, is already detached. Let's try and collect some obolites here. Even though they disappear 1.5 seconds faster! The Seeking Flares are the coolest thing. Like, I don't even need to... I can just fire blindly. Not completely blindly, but... No! I didn't even see that that was the edge. Like, look at that. The Seeking Flares are insane. Give me all the obolites so I can get rid of this malfunction. There we go. Okay. And we are working on Enlarged Chamber 3. We're getting there. An extra shot or two I would not hate. We are on phase 3. We're going pretty quickly in this run here. I guess when I don't have to take every weapon, then I can keep the really good weapons. Look at this! Full spine shredder, no thanks. Let's hit him with the doom. It was worth. Oh, it wasn't worth getting hit. That was not worth getting hit. It's okay. We learned. Forgot that my weapon is just doing insane amounts of damage all the time. I see you, buddy. I want that enlarged chamber. Are you staggered? I disagree with that hitting me. I do. We do. Gotta say. Permanent weapon trait unlocked. I wonder how many shots it has now. Oh, a ton. Let's go, enlarged chamber. Okay. Or a great weapon, I should say. Grab another free disgorger. Why not? Why not? Give me all that help. Slash that fillet of fish. Oh, I hate this room. What I need to do is I need to find Rapid Splitter 2, but Wide Maw, and Proximity Mine. Get out of here. Get out of here with that nonsense. Until this weapon starts not doing a ton of damage. Which I don't know if that'll be anytime soon. Alright, flawless victory. I need to watch my health, though. Does it have secondary explode? Like, I'm wondering why it's doing so much damage. Give me that resin. Give me some more health. I guess I don't have the resin enhancer, do I? Yeah, I was gonna say, you gotta hit him. Unreal. No thanks. Hit reload, though. Hit reload's pretty good. I wouldn't have minded having that if I was doing mandatory on this run, but... What was that? Oh, there is another Healy Tower. Ooh, there's a gun back here. Carbine with leech rounds, though. Look at... I mean, I can't give this weapon up. I just can't. I just can't. He was, like, behind a pillar, and I still took him out with this weapon. Like, I can't... And what I need to do is I need to see the list of perks for this weapon, so if I see something similar... Well, Nightlight, nice. Oh, I'm not at full integrity now. Ooh, but I can afford protection? Just barely. But I could. So let's check out the perks of this Fire Shell Caster. Enlarged Chamber 3, Seeking Flares 2, that's what it is. And Auxiliary Projectiles and Secondary Explosion. Yeah, this thing owns. That's pretty good. Working on Portal Rod 3? No, sorry. The fact that this can hit people from around corners and it has Doombringer, which can kind of do the same thing, it's just too good. Like, it's just too good. I like... It's almost unfair. Murmuring Cocoon. It is almost unfair. So many shields. Get out of here with your shields. And I'm up again on my Doombringer already. Like, I know it's only 28 proficiency, but I mean, as long as it keeps melting enemies like that, I don't really see a reason to get rid of it. Unless I find something that's like it or better. Or, actually, I don't even know if I found a thermogenic launcher with full auto 3 and replicating hits 2 or better, then I might consider... Like, that just took all those guys out with half of a clip. And with the combo with the Doombringer, I mean, it's insanity. It's insanity. I might just keep this forever, why not? This will be my 11th Disgorger. I need to start using some of these interference spheres. I have 3 interference spheres? Yeah, because with the Disgorgers and this weapon and the Doombringer... Fantastic combo. Yeah, we're already maxed out on proficiency. Suit integrity increased. Let's go. I really wish I had Resonant Shield. That'd be a nice... I've gotten a ton of Resonance already. Because I don't have the Resonant Enhancer. I had the opportunity to get it earlier and I didn't. So that was kind of a whammy, but... Ooh, haven't seen this room today. If I found a carbine that had, like, leech rounds 3... That's a pretty good carbine, though. Because leech rounds... You always want the leech rounds. Especially in later phases. Shout out to Doombringer. Are you still warping in? Come on now. Like, it's just silly. It's just silly. All of them oblates because I'm pretty sure I have a golden coil. Finding pretty good salvage too. So we're 30 minutes into this room. We're almost done phase 3. I'm pretty sure it was an hour for the first run. In the Healy room. Nice. We're at 4 million points. I forget, I really do forget what our score was the first run. I think it was like 6 million. Oh, man. No, I meant to hit the interference sphere. I hate that, though. And I forgot that Disgorgers ignore shields. Totally forgot that. And I got another Disgorger there. Recharging response. Solid artifact pickup as well. Solid artifact pickup as well. Ugh. Whoa, why are we shooting backwards? Like, I can't get over how unbelievably good this weapon is. Look at the Seeking Flares. Like, look at the fact that this has homing missiles and secondary explosion, like, all of this stuff, is just silly. Portal beam and portal turret and retarget. Until this weapon is not powerful enough to take everything out in like 3 hits, I gotta keep it. No. I know that might make this run... At some point we're gonna find a Pyroshell caster again. And if it has anything like this, and it's also 45... then we'll be in real good shape. Like, look at this! Algos is 2 clips. Like, with the enlarged chamber, it's silly. I started firing a little early there. Did I just get hit? What happened there? I should have saved that for the next phase. Already halfway back, though. But I really should have saved that for the beginning of this phase. That was silly. Did get hit there, yeah. That's what I thought. Fabricator costs increased 50%! Brutal. So we're definitely not going to be able to afford anything here unless they have like one small Sylphium vial. Oh, that is brutal. We got plenty of health though. Is that Wound Seekers? No, it's a large Sylphium vial. Large Sylphium vial though. No. Okay. Onward to phase 4. I said I wanted to get to phase 6, so we have 2 full phases to go here. Greatly increases max, reduces protection. Ew. Also leave behind pools of acid. Ugh. I can't reduce my protection though. Can't do it. Not for integrity. If it had a cooler perk other than integrity, maybe. Okay, enemies getting beefier. Getting beefier for sure. I might have to think about changing weapons. Everybody's leaving health. Pools of acid, Drew. Pools of acid. Yeah, my multiplier's gonna take a big hit with me getting these healths. Not terrible, but again, we're going for distance. We're going for phase 6, not necessarily Spit Maul with explosive critical piercing and wide maul. That's pretty good, but not good enough. It almost, I would say it kind of stinks that we're not doing a mandatory run, because man, we've gotten some good weapons here. Did I get hit by something there? I see the health, but that would have wasted a lot of multiplier. Oh, and there's a Healy Tower directly above me? That's pretty cheeky, game. Pretty cheeky. Watch out for the pools of acid. Go back to get this health. Yeah, enemies are definitely getting beefier. Look at all the other little shots hitting them. Went to get the Obolites. Got hit by the acid pool. Classic Drew. I also hadn't used any of my Disgorgers, and I now have 12 of them. I should get on that. Pardon my burp. And we're about to get a 13th Disgorger. A little hydration break while I ride this up. Reminder for you as well to hydrate. Keep yourself hydrated. I've got to be getting close to max health here. Gotta be getting close. Alright. Oh boy. And I can't believe we got this weapon so early. I think we got it in like phase 2 or something. Immune to slowdown, don't hate that. I want to wait for you to go to the other side, yeah. There we go, nice. It was nicely done. I still have these 3 interference spheres. Why are you not going to the one that I'm firing at? I mean, take them all out, but... I see another gun as well. What just hit me? Yo, Roxas and Untamed, what's up? Thank you so much for the raid. No, we're not gonna grab that. So, it says in the title, mandatory gun pickups. Untamed, what's going on? Doing the tower, I am. So, Untamed, thank you so much for the follow. So, normally I do mandatory gun pickups, which means I need to pick up absolutely every single gun that I see. But I had a request from a viewer. Oh, cool. Oh, okay. I had a request from a viewer to do a non-mandatory gun pickup run. So I'm doing that just the one time, and then I'm gonna go back to mandatory gun pickups. Mandatory gun pickups, I just started doing it as a just kind of like a why not? Resonant shield, yeah, let's grab that. Just as a nice way to kind of make it kind of spicy for myself. Gainer fixing malfunctions, repairs integrity. Probably gonna get rid of that one. Or the melee kills, or getting hit. Let's get rid of getting hit. Yeah, non-mandatory is you just play normally. Which I don't normally do on stream. Normally I do every single time there is a gun that I can pick up that is not behind a locked chest, I have to pick it up. So like in the case of this room, since there are 2 guns, I would pick up the one on the left first and then the one on the right. Resin enhancer? No, we're already close to max integrity. I don't want this either. Nope, that's the one I just got rid of. So normally I would have to pick this up. Ooh, that's good though. And then then this is the gun that I would have to take out of this room. But you can see my Pyroshell caster that I have right now not only has Doombringer, but it has Enlarged Chamber 3, Seeking Flares 2, Auxiliary Projectiles, and Secondary Explosion. So pretty much it has homing Pyroshells, or whatever they are, that just do a whole ton of damage. Like, I'm in phase 4, and it's just still melting people. And it has Doombringer. Which just took out that entire room. But you can see, even phase 4, it's only taking a few hits to take these enemies out, so... It's just insane. Oh, there's another one. Hi. Hello. And I have stagger power for my parasites. So that's why I have a proficiency 28 weapon. Right now. Yeah, boy. Damage from long falls, dropped obolites, increases protection. Yeah. So let's check out, for those just joining, we're at 75% more weapon damage, 40% protection. Pretty good. We're looking pretty good on this run. My goal is to get to phase 6 and beyond with this non-mandatory gun pickups run. Oh, I forgot. I always forget about the pools of acid, like 100% of the time. What are you? No, that's the one that I got rid of again. Ooh, hi. Hello. Let's take all of them out. Nope. Ooh, I see you. And that's yet another gun that they dropped. Rockland Lobber. So normally I would have had to pick up both of those guns. They're the worst. Well, the absolute worst. I would say the acid pools are the worst, but the absolute worst is enemies counter on hit. Oh yeah? You like to stay up close to them? You're probably a good Dreadbound player then. Dreadbound, if you were all up in their face, whew. I had a really good Dreadbound my last run. Holy moly. It had Explosive Shards 3. When you can get both Expanding 4th and Explosive Shards, that is a killer combo for the Dreadbound. But another kind of good side effect of the mandatory gun pickups, trying that out, is it forces you to get good with all of the weapons. Because you have to use all the weapons. But also, it's good at increasing the levels of your perks. Because you're constantly using all the weapons. You're a Hollow Seeker player. Oh man, I was also a Hollow Seeker player. If I can get a Hollow Seeker that has waves, portal beam, and portal turret, and serrated projectiles, that is my dream Hollow Seeker. Would be those four. You're constantly moving, so the pools get you, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be keeping some distance in this run. Oh, there's a Pyleoid over there! Oh, and I missed him! Oh, there's another one, isn't there? This room. This room right now. Oh, and it's malformed. Oh, and there's a malformed dude down there as well. Okay. Yeah, okay. Did I get hit? Oh, Pool of Acid. Pool of Acid, classic. I'm full up on my artifacts though, right? Pulsating Mass. Oh, you like the Pylon Driver? Pylon Driver, I like it if it does not have the web. The web, I feel like, kind of makes it a little bit trickier to use. I probably should have saved that for whatever big enemy's warping in. Let's... Hey, buddy. Oh! And there's two of them. But, like, look how much damage that just did. Hollow Seeker with... I'm doing it. I'm taking it. I've been using this gun for so long, and we just were talking about Hollow Seeker, so for you, I will use this Hollow Seeker. I mean, it's just going to be constantly up on damage. We'll see, though. Because lots of times with the Hollow Seeker, with the regular shots, it can not do a ton of damage, but... And I got rid of my Doombringer. The Disgorgers? Yeah, you can see I have 16 of them. I usually save them for... Actually, you know what? I might use one for Algos. Usually I save them for, like, really, really tough rooms. But I am going to use one. Just because I have so many of them, and it is the Phase 4 Algos. Come on, portals. Ah! Adrenaline reset, boo! Come on, little portals! Yeah, this is actually my least favorite Disgorger. Reduce max integrity, get out of here with that! I like the Absolution Disgorger, that's a really good one. The Dire Beam is a really good one. I do like how the Disgorgers ignore shields, though. That is a really good perk. Like, if you don't have... I have 4 Interference Spheres right now. But... oh, yeah. Ooh, I see Wound Seekers. Wound Seekers are... I gotta take the protection. I think I'm maxed out on... am I maxed out on... yeah, I am. Once I max out my health, though, then I can get rid of the ones that... like the Resin Enhancer or whatever. Actually, I might not even have the Resin Enhancer. We'll see. I may have made a mistake picking this gun up, but I felt like switching it up. Hopefully I can find... and it's working on Serrated Projectiles 3. If I can get that, ooh, this thing is gonna own. It's... I mean, the damage isn't bad. There we go. It's not necessarily good, but... so in Phase 4, he only has one... so Algos has the first 3 levels. After Phase 1, he only has 1 phase. Phase 2, he has 2. Phase 3, he has 3. But then every phase after that, he only has 1 long, really hard phase, which you just saw. And then every time you beat out a full phase, you get a permanent malfunction. So since I'm on Phase 5, that means I've beaten 4 phases, so each one I've gotten a different permanent malfunction. Alt-fire cooldown, increased proficiency rate, though. Weapon damage decreased. I gotta take this one just because... I don't want to decrease my weapon damage. I like my weapon damage. I thought I was going to get hit by the pool of acid there. Yeah, the Tower of Sisyphus, I play it once every single week. Usually it's on Mondays, so I do mandatory Mondays. Oh, yeah? The Tower of Sisyphus, I love it. It's so, like, I love it. Give me my portal. I love it because it's an endless mode, you know? And it was free, which is always nice. And it gives you more story, like... and Returnal's already one of my favorite games I think I've ever played, so... because it's just so much fun. I've never been good at bullet hells or shmups. But this game is just so good, because I love third-person action. Oh, boo. Resonant Shield, though. So it was a really good way for me to kind of, like, get into it. Oh, for sure, I love it. And again, so fun fact about that, the team just had all of this, like, unfinished material, and they loved working on the story of this game so much that they were like, we're just gonna finish it and release it as free DLC, we won't even charge people for it. That's what I've heard. I heard people really, really love pretty much all Housemarque games. I think this is actually my first Housemarque. I've heard Resogun, especially, is like a must-play. This room right now, I might have to pop a Disgorger here. I'm down to 14 Disgorgers. Ooh, I do have, and now we're gonna be back up to 15. That's what I've heard, and it's been out for so long, it's probably, what, like 20 bucks or something? I'm playing God of War Ragnarok tomorrow and Thursday. And every day after that. I'm so excited for Ragnarok. Let's, You can skip Stardust, really? Oh no! Oh no! Come on, give me all the Disgorgers. There we go. Resogun's on extra. I do not have a Vita, unfortunately. I do my streaming through the PS5, so right now I just have a PS5, a PS4, a non-working PS3. Did you order a physical copy? I heard that's happening with, especially people that ordered it through, like, GameStop. That's weird. That's, like, bugged out. Yeah, I pre-ordered it, and it's already downloaded on my system. It's, like, ready to go. So I'm gonna be... It actually goes live later tonight on the system, but... Full Auto 2 and Thermite Rockets. Gotta get that. Resogun should be free. I kind of do a little bit of a cheat, where my brother has the, whatever the full one is, like the highest tier, and I can just log in as him. We kind of did a thing where we put each other as the main users for our system, so I can log into him and just download games onto my system from his account. Why were you turning green? Premium? Yeah. Because I think before they made the Switch, he did something where he was able to get that and it just automatically turned into premium for him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a good weapon, but... Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that. I haven't been able to look at, like, the full catalog of what's available yet, but I'll definitely have to put Resogun on the list for sure. Oh, there's a third one! Nice. I can't... Does this have replicating hits? I don't even know. It has some kind of, like, poison damage, though. Okay. Yep, I'm in trouble. There we go. Bunch of direct hits. That's all I needed. Dude! Oh yeah, like with the story and just kind of everything layered into it. Returnal, other than Astro's Playroom, I think Returnal was the first PS5 game that I played. And it just completely... I mean, I was really bad starting off. But it was just such a showcase for the PS5. Ooh, that's not bad. Do I have anything I can get rid of? I kind of want to get rid of this one. It's working on easy to use. Oh, and it has kill sight. I haven't even been using my kill sight at all. Positive effects of upcoming parasites. I want to get rid of Golden Coil. No, I'll leave it. I keep forgetting to use my alt fire anyway. So... Gland Lobber. With a bunch of ones, though. I pretty much am doing... Oh, you mean because you didn't have any PS5 games? Bouncy, seeking flares, working on auxiliary projectiles too, and enlarged chamber, and bouncy projectiles. Once this gets auxiliary projectiles though, and I'm at 96%, I think this is going to be really good like the last one. Yeah, I wish it had sticky bonus, but... You were finishing all the things you started? Well, tell me what games you were finishing. What PS4 games? Oh... Because I actually did that when Horizon Forbidden West and Elden Ring both came out. I actually finished Horizon before I played a single second of Elden Ring, and that was torture. Because everybody kept saying like, "Oh my God, Elden Ring is so amazing," and when I finally did play it, yes, it is amazing. But I wanted to like pretty much complete Horizon Forbidden West. Because I was like, if I go away from it, I'm just not going to come back to it until I put 100-something hours into Elden Ring. So that's what I did. I finished Horizon. That might have been... And that was back before I started streaming regularly, too. Upcoming malfunctions. Inhibits the use of Selfium. No thanks. No thanks. Okay, so we're at 9.3 million. That's not bad. Is that a... Yep. And we get some protection. What up? Man, I half want to take the integrity augment just so that I can get some integrity back, but... We'll be fine. Ooh, boy. You're anticipating only at PS4 releases? Yeah. Well, I mean, until the PS5 really got rolling, it didn't have a ton of exclusives on it. But I mean, something like Astro's Playroom. Oh. What a love letter to the PlayStation, and like if I could afford to have every system, I totally would. Like, just because I play most stuff on Sony doesn't mean that I wouldn't love to have an Xbox. Nintendo I could kind of do without. Because I don't do a lot of like mobile gaming or like gaming on the go. Oh, it's no problem. I appreciate you coming by. So I probably will be, if I do Returnal again, it'll be Belly Propaganda. If I do play this again, it's usually on Mondays. But also, if there are any changes to my schedule, I always put them on Twitter as well, so... Thank you for the follow. I look forward to, I'll see you next time. Nintendo and PlayStation, for sure. Yeah, like I said, if I could afford to have an Xbox, especially with the backwards compatibility, I would love... Because I have a ton of Xbox games. Like, I love the Gears franchise, for sure. It'd be super cool to have Game Pass, but I just can't afford to have both, unfortunately. Maybe one day. Maybe if this streaming thing takes off. Oh, for sure. You have a good night as well. Thank you so much for hanging out. Alrighty. Man. Ooh, don't need that. And also, apologies to anybody who does come and hang out, who we do, like, follow each other on Twitter. My mind is usually all over the place when I am streaming, so don't take it personally if that ever does happen. Suffered damage to integrity on detach. Suffered damage from long falls and increased weapon damage. Let's go! That's a good one. I need to... Ooh, this room could be real gnarly. This room could be real gnarly. Carbine with leech rounds, though. Let's get some health back with the leech rounds. And then I might, once I have max health, I might actually get rid of this again. But leech rounds are just so good, and it has Doombringer! And it's doing a okay amount of damage? Is there another one behind me? There's another one behind me. So many things in this room. Wait. Oh, it's one of these guys? Now the question is... Working on hyper accurate? No, I gotta do the damage now that I'm maxed out on health. Man, my multiplier! Oof! Big oof! This just does too much damage, though. No! Maybe I should have kept the leech rounds. Oh, there's still a tree guy. Are we at Algos? My goal was to get to phase 6. So... I'm really loving the Pirate Shell Caster, though. Dreadbound with returning damage, 4th shard, Oblite Generate, and Proximity Mine. Not worth it. Sorry, Betty. We got a shield. I might pop a Disgorger super early here. Pretty good damage there. Yeah, I feel like that's not doing a ton of damage. I mean, it's not doing bad damage, but I feel like my Pirate Shell Caster is doing a pretty good amount of damage here. If I can get him before the malfunction phase, let's go, dude. Let's go with this weapon. Phase 6. Hostiles counter on hit. Hostiles counter on hit. At least I made it to phase 6. So, you know. Does this max us out? It does. Maxed out on hell. Hostiles counter on hit, though, is just so brutal. Before we go, let's see if we have any max integrity things we can get rid of. Repair integrity. Third fade, what's going on? Phase 4 is, so I've said it on stream before, Phase 4 is when the difficulty spikes. Like, Phase 4, I usually save all of my Disgorgers for Phase 4, but it is, like, Phase 4 is when it gets really tough. And this is, I had a viewer ask me to do a non-mandatory gun pickups round, just to, like, see how I did. So this is the non-mandatory one that I'm currently doing right now. And we'll see what time it is once I finish this one. Because I'm doing pretty well, but I did just get the malfunction hostiles counter on hit, which is basically a run ender. So we'll see. But normally I do mandatory gun pickups where I have to pick up every single gun that drops. And if there is a gun like in a chest, in a non-locked chest, then I have to get it. Leech rounds again! But proximity mine, not worth it. Ugh. I might regret that, but if I could get, like, leech rounds 2, that'd be nice. Get the counter on hit out of here. Oh, it's so brutal. And pools of acid? Man. Everything is trying to kill me all the time, from every angle. These are beefy enemies, too. I think Phase 7 is the farthest I've ever made it, and that was my biggest run. I think I was almost 15 million. So these will give me a resonant shield, at least. Hollow Seeker with Portal Turret 2 and Portal Beam and Shield Breaker. Not as good as what I got. Not as good. Man, I have 5 Interference Spheres too. If you're gonna counter on hit, I'm gonna be in the opposite side. Ah, pools of acid. Get out of here with the pools of acid. Come on now. Oh, you're a teleporty boy. I missed him. Oh, are there 2? Oh, there are 2. There are 2. And you're both countering on hit. That was close. You're done. Okay, 1 down. There, in these later phases, for sure. Oh no, the health fell off. I'm not as worried about my multiplier right now as I am, like, let's see how far we can get. Because I had a stream PB for score last time. It's possible we beat that this time. But I want to go for a stream PB of how far we get this time. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy, with your counter on hit. Get your counter on hit out of here. I see you, gun. Nah. There it is. Oh, he's not dead. Run. I should probably pop a Disgorger, honestly. But the counter on hit is terrible with the Disgorger. You're not dead? You gotta be kidding me. Alright, what do you? Spitmaw with proximity mine? No thanks. Sorry. Sorry, Spitmaw. Let's get up here. I know we're countering on hit, but I gotta get into his face. There we go. There we go. Holy moly. Yeah, my multiplier's not great right now, but we're hanging in there. We're hanging in there. I don't have any keys, crud. Oh, man. I see you, Healy Tower. Indicator. Okay. Okay, counter on hit. Get out of here. Oh, and their pins are attacking me. Oh, I took that one out. Nice. I was gonna say, are you gonna hit him at all? There we go. Okay, we are rocking and rolling. I still haven't used... Although this Disgorger is really not good to have for counter on hit. Really not good for counter on hit. I'm gonna pop this shield early. Coil Spine Shredder. Working on retarget 3 though. And it has Doombringer? I normally don't like the Coil Spine Shredder, but that actually sounds really good. The retarget is... Nah, let's save that one. Flawless victory! Let's go! I always get hit in that room. Oh, let's use you for sure. No! I wanted the health! I know we don't have to take these out yet, but let's just get rid of them. Because they're gonna counter on hit anyway. Come on, take one of them out. Yeah, there we go. I disagree. Man, this phase right now. Woo! That's a lot of Healy Towers. That's a lot of Healy Towers. Do not go kamikaze. Yeah? Ooh, boy. No. What a whammy that is. So, I think this officially beats our stream PB in terms of how far I've made it. Which is really exciting. We'll wait on that one as well. Ooh. I have 956 wound seekers though. Can I still afford it? I can. We got a kitty. I'm gonna get rid of the silver lattice. Because that wound seekers is definitely better than become immune to slowdown. Rockland Lobber. Full auto 3, replicating hits 3. Yeah. Tendril Pod's not the best, but this should theoretically melt. Help! Give me a Sylphium Vial. Give me a large Sylphium Vial. Another interference. You're killing me! Well, it is in fact melting. Ooh, watch out, purple. Don't get stuck. Whoa! Charging shot and burst shot, but it's not better than this. Or if I could find a carbine with leech rounds, that'd be nice. At least I'll get some resonant shields here. Ooh, man, my heart's going a little bit. This is like the first... This is the farthest. Oh, a Paleoid! Health! Is it nothing? We have nothing for me? Crazy. That's crazy. Give me the health. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, the full auto 3 and the replicating hits 3 is just... It's a killer combo. Back up to 16, and it's Dire Beam. Let's go. Let's go with the Dire Beam Disgorger. I need something to give me some health. Should have gone to one next to this. Because it's a pylon driver. I'm just so used to going to that one from the mandatory gun pickups runs. Where are we going here? Where are we Oh, it's this room. You know what? I'm gonna pop an interference sphere just because I can. Like... there's no reason, really, for me not to pop an interference sphere here. Just because I have 6 of them. Did I just get hit? Whammy. Expanding shards. That was actually a pretty good dread round. I feel like most of the weapons I'm seeing now are pretty good, though, just because we're so far in. Get another... I already have a resonance shield. Yeah, I'm hoping my Phantom Limb can start Rapid Spitter 1 now. No. Hoping my Phantom Limb can give me some health back. Or somebody can drop some kind of something. Oh, you hit the wrong dude. It's fine. What hit me there? Was it his pool of acid or something? Man. Get wrecked! Silver Lattice, nope. Resin Enhancer, nope. There's a third one? Oh man. Just littering the ground with stuff. This room is gonna stink! Tree dudes. Look at those replicating hits. Ugh. It's brutal. Oh, it's brutal. Yeah, you should be done. For sure. Come on, replicating hits! There's still somebody left? It's a tree guy? Dreadbound. Ooh, that's a good Dreadbound, though. There you are. Holy moly, it's the boss! Hopefully this weapon can just melt the boss's health. Unless we get like an awesome Pyro Shell caster. I don't think it fires enough. I don't think it fires enough projectiles, to be honest. I'll put on my Quad Swarm. Quad Swarm is like the worst that you can have with counter on hit, but if we can get to phase 7 on stream, look at all those counter hits. It's already halfway done. Look at that! Phase 7. Phase 7, here we come. It just destroyed my phantom limb! I can't believe that! Oh, man! That is so unbelievably brutal. Oh, and there's one right there! That is so brutal. That is so brutal. This room again. You know what? I'm hitting the interference sphere again. I have a ton of them. So why not, right? Give me all the help. Try not to hit the pool of acid, though. Come on, man. What do we got? What do we got? No leech rounds, though. I do now have a Sylphium Vial. And, fun fact, this is a personal best score of mine, like, overall. So that's really exciting. These boys are beefy. I mean, phase 7, they're gonna be. No. They are gonna be real beefy. I have 17 Disgorgers. Wild. Wild stuff. Okay, what we got? No. If I could somehow get the same weapon, that's pretty good. Shockstream. No, because look, even my thermogenic launcher is like maxed out on everything too. I mean, it's free. Might as well take the... We don't need a resin enhancer because we're already maxed out on health. I can't believe it destroyed my phantom limb. That breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. Oh, I see you, buddy. I missed it. Unreal. Give me that stagger power, though. Eat my tendropod! Look at all these health thingies. And I didn't fall off. Oh, man. I was not expecting to top my biggest score tonight on this mode. I really wasn't. But again, shout out to chat for suggesting that I give it a shot. I've gotten really lucky with my drops and stuff, though. I have. Ooh, and I do have a key. I want my phantom limb back! I'm going smack high! So lay me alive! Well, now my goal is to get to Phase 8. Because I've never been to Phase 8. Not never. And if I get to Phase 8, I feel like that'll put me at like 17 million. My multiplier's not a lot. But yeah, you can see above my score, it says best, my current score. So this is really exciting. This is cool. This is cool. Haven't seen this room, really. Large chamber, simmering explosions. See, but they're all one? Oh, I hit the wrong one. Because now I have to pick all of these disgorgers back up. I'm gonna smack her. So leave me alone. But I think I do have a golden coil right now, so let's grab all these obolites. Just to show them. You know? Just to show them. I have 2 shields activated, and full health right now. And I think I do have the blown nightlight, so I should have more damage. Come on, replicating hits, just go get them all. Man, I am doing some crazy damage right now. Fantastic. Magnificent. I just rewatched Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. So I have a lot of that stuff kind of stuck in my head right now. What are you? No leech rounds, no thanks. Sorry, multiplier. I'm sorry. Oh, with your shields. Get out of here with your shields. Unreal, dude. Unreal. Halfway through Phase 7. I think this is the farthest I've ever been now, too. So we are now at a personal best for both score and phase. Nah, not as good. Nope, no thanks. I don't know if there is a single sidearm in the game loadout that could be better than this. Just don't know. I do see you, Healy Tower. Get me out of there. Holy moly. Time to play a little bit of Runaway here. Whoa! Whoa! I need to get rid of this guy. That room was insanity. Thank goodness I had that Sylphium Vial, because, man, And I get to get a resonant shield here. That was crazy. I do want to get rid of this tendril pod, but my other rolls are just too good. They're just way too good. If I could stop getting hit by random nonsense. There we go. Oh, and it's a crab guy. Probably two. Yep, definitely two. Let me go get this health while I fire from a distance. Oh no! I went the wrong way! One of them. Like, you've got to be close, man. Yeah, get those replicating hits in there. I need, like, show me your face. Show me your face. No health or anything, man. I wish you got, like, a tiny bit of health back after clearing a floor. Or clearing a room. That'd be nice. I guess they would be technically floors as well, too, so... Man, my heart is going. I'm pumped right now. This is cool. Get your shields out of here, man. Two malformed. Just take one of them out. Come on. Take him out. See a bunch of stuff dropped. Not good. Where's the help? Where's the help? I thought I saw help somewhere. Crap. Not good. Be a phantom limb. You are. Oh, is it up top? No, I think it was just inside that pillar. Well, one more hit and I'm done. So I'm gonna pop this shield. For sure. I just burned my shield because there's no dash in this room. All for a wasted... That stinks. I already got my phantom limb. I'm getting out of here. Well, now I'm definitely one hit away. Resonant shields, let's go. Why are they all resin? Like, give me... That's pretty good, but... All fire cooldown increased by 10 seconds. I have to collect 350 obolites. Well, I hate to say it, but this room is not looking good. Especially not with those... I saw it coming. Well, that's really cool. That's the farthest I've ever made it and my highest score. So I want to see what ranking I am now. Because I think I was at like 2178, something like that, 2200 for my ranking, like the world rankings. So let's see. That was really exciting. And I'm almost right at 3 hours, so that works out really, really well. $22.25. $7.18. Wow, that's really cool. So my previous best, I think, was like 14.7 something. So I'm at 22.25 now. Let's go back to my previous score. So I went up a couple hundred ranks. Like right around here is where I was. Wow, okay. So I went up about 400 ranks. That's super cool. Man, that's really... Okay. Gives me something to shoot for mandatory gun pickups, though. It does. Wow, that was really fun. That was really, really fun. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out tonight and chatting, asking me questions, and just having this generally chill day. I really, really needed it. I've been having a pretty stressful week so far, so I've really, really looked forward to this stream. And what a good way, if I do decide to just play God of War and not do this, what I'll probably do is I'll probably just stream Monday through Thursday and do Returnal still on Mondays and do God of War Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I'll probably play more than 3 hours, to be honest. So I'll probably be playing God of War for a couple of weeks. But I think I will pepper this in as well. We'll see. I imagine that God of War is just going to be... Because the God of War 2018 I completely fell in love with. And I think it's going to be really, really fun to play it on stream. I'm probably not going to like 100% it on stream. I'm probably just going to do the main story on stream and some additional side content kind of like as I want to do it. But how cool that I was able to get some personal bests tonight on stream playing Returnal and Tower of Sisyphus. So again, thank you so much for hanging out. If you're watching this after the fact, make sure you do like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. But again, all my stream schedules I do post on Twitter and whenever I go live, if you don't have the notifications on for some reason. But also, if I ever do change my schedule at all, it also will be on Twitter, so check that out. Yeah, and if you want to see some God of War, some more Returnal, or just generally want to hang out with this goofy face, give me a follow on Twitch. But again, thank you so much. Make sure you do. Love yourself, love those around you, and I will see you next time.